Welcome back to the channel. I've got myself a Dealertool ECU reader. If you stick around, we'll go through some of its features. So basically I do all of my servicing myself, apart from the first couple of services for warranty reasons. But I quickly tired of taking the bike to the dealer and being charged £150 to change the oil and filter. But unfortunately you don't get the service light turned off, and eventually it will come on. So as you'll see here, it'll flash up with -999 and this spanner will stay on. Now that doesn't really bother me that much, in all fairness. The spanner isn't a problem. If it was flashing orange all the time, it might get on my nerves and my OCD would probably kick in. But Dealertool does a lot more than just turn your service light off or your spanner off. You can do other things with it. For instance, you can do your throttle body balances, you can check for error codes, etc, etc. Like I say, I've only just got it and I've not used it myself, so we'll go through it together and see how easy it is to use. I'm not going to go through the installation of drivers onto your computer, because everybody's got different computers and could vary from one thing to the other, so you can just sort that out yourself. It's not that difficult. Just read the instructions and go through it step by step, and it's reasonably straightforward. So here is the Dealertool ECU reader. The first thing you've got to do is take your seat off, which is pretty straightforward, and then your ECU connection port is tucked down at the side here. Just connect it up, and then connect the other end to your computer. So I've got one camera set up on the dashboard of the bike, and I've got one camera set up on the laptop screen so you can see what's going on. Let's have a quick look at the laptop first. So once you've plugged the ECU reader into the bike and then into the computer, you need to load up the software, and then you will click on this button here, ECU data. You will then need to press read ECU data, and then here it'll come up with your ECU data number. Now it won't come up with it now because it's already registered and I've stuck all the details into the bike. So some of the things you can do, we can read the sensor values. There's lots of things on here I have no idea what it is. We can go through certain pages, like for instance here, for instance, sometimes people have trouble starting the bike and it's something to do with the side stand. So it's showing me now that my side stand is down. Let's put the side stand up. There we go. So just showing that the switch is working. Brake switch off. Let's press the brakes. There we go. So just to show that these things are working, just playing around with some things, as it's all new to me as well. Okay, so you can play around with all these various bits and bobs. You check your throttle body balances. I'm not going to bother with that now. Check for fault codes, which I've already done once. Just have a look. Okay, so we've got 0 fault codes. But of course then you could clear your fault codes should you have some. Okay, so the reason we're here at the moment then is to reset the service interval. So we're going to go to instruments, and on here you can click whether you want miles per hour or kilometers an hour. Range until next service. I don't want 6,000 miles because I've got 10,555 miles on the bike and the next service intervals are 12, so that's 1,445 miles to go. So I'm going to put that in, which is a very odd number. And then if I click rewrite instruments, we should see the display change here. There we are, and the spanner's just gone off. Great. So I'm just going to turn the bike off and on again just to see if that stay there. We are. So we don't get the numbers at the top anymore and the spanner's gone. So quite a straightforward way of dealing with your service indicator light. And of course you can use it for other things like your ABS servicing, your throttle body balancing, error codes, etc. Which in the future I'm going to look into, and I might post other videos to show you how that goes. If you like that video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any questions, please post them below.